Hi guys, it's me. Hopefully I can remember everything I want to say and all that. I made the video already, but it was like 18 minutes long, and I'm not about to do that to you guys. So, we'll cut out a few things. Where's my pen? There it is, okay. My Bible's way over there, so I'm not going to read you the verse, but we're going to get into that too. I got a tattoo. That's the first thing I want to say. My tattoo. It hurt, but if you guys want a tattoo, get at me. I know a guy that does it for cheap. I can hook you up. All that. If you guys hear my daughter, she's watching Yo Gabba Gabba right now, so she's all happy. She's silly. Anyway, first thing I want to get into is these. End of the day, I don't believe in God, but the end is coming and all that type of stuff. Okay, the end is not. Okay, the end is coming. Okay, but you're not gonna tell me the end is gonna happen this date, this date, this date, this date. Matthew 24:36 says that no man won't know. The only person that's gonna know is God, the Father. The only person that's gonna know. The angels aren't gonna know. No man's gonna know. Jesus don't even know. Just God the Father is gonna know. So stop telling me that the world is gonna end on 2012 or May 12th, 2000, whatever. Don't tell me that anymore, okay? Because it's not gonna happen that day. Okay, it's not. Bible says. And then that whole Matthew 24 talks about all the stuff that's gonna happen. Wars and earthquakes and ganging up on Israel and all that jazz. It's all happening right now. How are you going to tell me that the Bible's not real? How are you going to tell me that the Bible's not real? I got in an argument the other day. It was Saturday, the day that the world was supposed to end. I got an argument with this dude, and he was telling me that God's not real. How? There is historical evidence that Jesus was a real person. Historical evidence. Like, it's right there. It's there. Like, historical evidence. There's, pictures of Noah's Ark on top of Mount Ararat. If you don't believe me, look it up. It's Mount MT period Ararat. A-R-A-R-A-T. Mount Ararat. Look up Noah's Ark. There's pictures. They're not up close pictures because they're, sky. Because the mountain is so dangerous that they can't get close enough to get to it. God did that on purpose. He did it on purpose. That's where the faith comes in. You believe that that's, what it is. If the Bible's not true, why are there chariots and horse remains and Egyptian remains on the bottom of the Red Sea? And for those of you who don't know the story of the Red Sea, Moses was delivering the Israelites out of Egypt, away from the Pharaoh. What was his name? I don't even remember his name. Delivering them out of Egypt. Got to the Red Sea, part of the Red Sea, crossed on dry land, got to the other side, and the sea closed. The Egyptians went after them across the Red Sea. Okay, well, the water closed in on them, and they drowned. How in the world are there bones and remains if it's not true? If it's not true. How's it not true? Think about it. The universe is huge. The universe is so big, but an atom is so tiny. So many things are so detailed, like every person has a different fingerprint. Think of how many people are in the world, and everybody's fingerprint is different. That's not a coincidence. Every snowflake. Think of how many billions and trillions of snowflakes fall every single year, and every single one of them is different. What? But there's no God. That's just a coincidence. Science. Big Bang Theory. We all came from an atom. We did come from an atom, but it's a different atom. Adam and Eve atom, not an atom. But you can't look at this world and tell me that there's no God. You can't look at the Grand Canyon and tell me that there's no God. You can't look at all the oceans and tell me that there's no God. You can't look at all the mountains and all the beautiful. You can't tell me. Look at the sky, look at the stars and tell me. Look at the planets and tell me. Look at there's a cave locust that freezes completely in the winter. Completely, no heartbeat. His heart stops. But in the springtime it's alive again. You cannot look at all that and tell me that there is no God. And I hate when people say, oh, well, I have to see it to believe it. Okay, well, let's take that into, let's put that into a different perspective, okay? I don't see your brain, but I believe it's still there. And they'd be like, oh, well, I can give you an x-ray. Yeah, you could give me an x-ray, but that would just be like all this other evidence about God. Say your brain is God, okay? And the x-ray is all this evidence, Noah's Ark, and the chariots and the horse remains of the Red Sea. So the x-ray is. but you still don't believe it because it's not right there in your hand. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Don't tell me that you have to see it to believe it. Like, no. No, I don't buy that for a second. I don't buy it for a second. I'm so frustrated over that. It just makes me so mad. How can you just not believe? How can you not believe? Alright, we're gonna move on from that, because I'm frustrated. If you guys have any questions about anything that has to do with the Bible or anything, ask me, and if I don't know, I will ask my brother. He's the smartest man I've ever met in my life. I'm not saying that because he's my brother, because he drives me nuts, but he really is the smartest person. I've never asked, there's one question that I asked him that he didn't know, and it was what a Japanese koi means, and he knows what it means now. His name is John. Okay, my oldest brother, Jimmy, lives in Arizona, and me and Jimmy, I went out there a couple years ago, and we decided we wanted to mess with John. So we made up a word. I don't remember what the word was. It was some weird word. It started with a D. That's Dura something. I don't know. But I texted my brother John, and I was like, what does this mean? He was like, use it in a sentence. So we used it in a sentence. And he didn't text me back. And I was like, John, we're messing with you. Like, we just made it up. And he was like, you used it wrong. And I was like, what? And he was like, it's actually an English crest. And I was like, did you Google that? And he was like, no, I didn't Google it. I'm at work. And I was like, what? So I Googled it. He was close enough to know that it was a crest. It was a Dutch crest, not an English crest. But he was close enough to know that it was a crest. How in the world did my brother know that? How in the world? My brother knows things that he'll feed me, like, little information about things that I don't care. Like, we'll see something and I'll comment on it and he'll be like, oh, did you know? I don't care, John. I don't care. He does it all the time because he's so smart. He has so much information just piled into his head. He doesn't have anywhere else to put it but in other people's minds. It drives me nuts, I'll tell you what. But he's so smart. He really is a genius. Okay, the next thing I'm going to get on is this dude that I used to talk to. The one that I said was really sweet, and if things go good, I'll be happy. And if things don't go good, it's okay too. This man's stupid, okay? I saw him a couple days ago. We're not talking anymore. We're just friends because he told me that he was feeling another girl. He was honest. I'm not mad at him. I was like, all right, I'm going to make it easy for you. Go talk to the other girl. Makes it easy on him, right? He was honest with me. That's good. So, he's with her now. We're talking to her, whatever. He's living with her, actually. But he says to me, and I don't see him. I haven't seen him. I've seen him twice in the last 2 weeks, okay? And they've only been for a couple of minutes. But I saw him the other day, and he was like, can you do me a favor? And I was like, what? He was like, can you make your Facebook private? Why? And he was like, oh, well, my girl checks up on your Facebook. Okay, so let her. She's probably watching this right now. Hi, how you doing? What's good? Let her check up on me. Are you kidding me? Let her hate. Let her hate. I love it. Why would I put my oh my gosh, my nose itches. Why would I put my Facebook to private? I love you guys. I love, and I know all the haters that are watching this right now, I love the fact that you guys are watching these. And I love the fact that you guys check up on my Facebook. I love it. It's great. It's wonderful. You guys are so miserable with your lives. You guys have nothing better to do to check up on me. It was wonderful. And I totally just started over all of that. But I don't even care. You guys are sitting there talking, saying all these horrible things about me, all these horrible things about you, and I'm still laughing. Like, check up on me. All you want to. Spend all your time on my Facebook if you want to. I love it. I love it. It's wonderful. You guys have nothing better to do with your time. Like, I was talking to this dude that I used to be friends with. Yeah, really? I used to be friends with him. We're not friends anymore because, stop it. Get down. Go watch Gabba Gabba. Yeah? You wanna come up? Or you just gonna sit down? Alright. Anyway, the dude, I was really good friends with him. I was really, really, really good friends with him, okay? We got a really big scuffle, whatever. We're not talking right now. I wish we could squash it, but we can't. But he says to me yesterday, he kept saying bye because I was trying to squash it with him. And he kept saying bye, kept saying bye, kept saying bye. So finally I was like, you're a bum. And he got mad at me. And he was like, I got more money, blah, 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 than you got. So, you still sad and alone. And he was like, well, I get girls every night. You're still sad and alone. All the money, all the sex, all the food, all the drink, all the smoke in the world is not going to fill your void. It's not. I'm broke, okay? I'm not broke, but I'm broke, okay? Comparatively to him, okay? So, I have a job, so I'm not broke. But comparatively to him, I am broke. He makes money. He does. He makes money. He gets girls. By all means, get girls. And I got a good job. I make enough money to have, I got money in my pocket now, you know? I got money to keep gas in my car, keep food on the table, whatever. That's all I need. I don't need a Ferrari in a 13-bedroom house with 9 bathrooms and 2 kitchens and 5 dens and a living room and a game room. I don't need all that to be happy, okay? I have my daughter. That's all I need. I have a daughter. I have a car to get me from A to B. I got a laptop to keep my mind occupied. I got a TV to keep my mind occupied. I'm good. I have my cell phone to keep in touch with my peoples. I'm good. I don't need all that. Last thing I'm going to talk about is people who think that the world owes them something. Stop it! The world doesn't owe you anything. We don't owe you anything. Like the people who are on their cell phones, okay? And they're sending a text message. And they're like, it won't send. It won't send! Give it a second. It's going to space. It's going all the way, miles away. It's transporting miles into the sky. Give it a second, okay? Be patient. How are you going to be impatient with something so phenomenal? Think about it. Think about how big the phones used to be. And now you got this itty bitty little thing. Or like when people have an iPod and they listen to their iPod and their iPod dies, and they get so mad over it. They're like, oh, my iPod died. Da, 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 da. Remember, you're lucky you didn't live decades ago or centuries ago when you had to listen to music live to listen to music at all. Come on now. Let's get with it. We are so blessed. Everything is amazing and nobody's happy. We're so blessed. Or like people who take airplane trips and then they're like, oh, my flight was horrible and I had my arm room and I had to sit in the middle and they didn't have the movie I wanted to watch and there was a layover, and get that out of your mouth. There was a layover and just all these horrible things. We had to sit on the runway for like a half an hour before we took off. Oh, before you flew miraculously through the air like a bird? Like, are you kidding me? You flew. You're sitting in a chair in the sky. You're not doing anything to contribute to this beautiful, wonderful form of transportation. You're not doing anything but sitting there. And you have something to complain about? Like, I don't even know. I stole this part from another guy. He was talking about how they have internet on airplanes now, and for some reason the internet was down. And the guy was like, he was all pissed off about it, and he was like, well, that blows. How are you going to get upset about something you knew only existed 10 minutes ago? You feel like everything in this world is just owed to you. You don't have to do anything to get anywhere, to do anything, or nothing. Stop. Stop it. What is wrong with people? What is wrong with you? The world doesn't owe you anything. The world does not owe you anything. Be grateful for what you have. Stop hating because you're not getting your way all the time. Stop it. Just grow up. Grow up. Stop doing all that. What the heck? Last thing I want to talk about, because I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's making me mad. This is why I'm sick. I'm telling you about a little funny story. What happened to me last night. I went for rollerblading. Because I exercise every night when I get home from work now. I either jog, rollerblade, or bike ride. And then I do my plank reps. I go rollerblading. And I get about 4 miles from my house. My ankles start hurting. So I take the rollerblades off and decide I'm going to walk home. Not a big deal. I got thick socks on because the rollerblades cut into my feet. So I was like, alright, I'll walk home. It's not a big deal. It's nice out. It's cool. So I'm walking along the dike, right? And there's a river here. And I'm walking. And I see lightning. And I'm like, oh, it's going to rain. Oh, that's cool. Whatever. It's going to rain. I'm on my phone with my friend, and I see a couple of drip drops, and I just knew. The wind blew, and I was like, I have to get off the phone, it's going to rain. Hung up the phone, and I stuffed my phone into my rollerblade, and covered my rollerblade, like my phone and stuff up with the tongue of my rollerblades, and it just started drenched. It felt like somebody dumped a bucket of water on me. Like, it was raining so hard. It was doing that sweeping motion with the rain like they do in the movies. It poured so hard. And, like, no joke, like 2 seconds after it started raining, I was completely soaked. And I still had a mile and a half to walk home. And I got home and I was soaked, and that's probably why I'm sick right now. But the funny thing is, the time that when I got to my driveway, it stopped raining. Really, that's what's good now, that's how we do things. But I had like 6 or 7 cops and like 300 cars pass me on the way to my house, and not one of them stopped me and asked me if I needed a ride home. I'm a single white female at 1 o'clock in the morning with no shoes on, and it's pouring down rain, and nobody can ask me if I need a ride home. I would have told them no, but it's the principle of the thing, you know? Okay, well, it's 1 o'clock. I gotta finish getting ready for work, so to my haters, mwah, keep checking up on me. I love you. And to everybody else, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Hit me up with some things to talk about. Deuces.